Hello, and welcome to the My BFF Business Leaders Podcast, your new secret weapon for business success. Sponsored by My BFF Social Media, Marketing, and Advertising. Make sure to hit subscribe. Now let's get started.
Buckle up, you're diving into another deep dive.
Here we go again.
Today, we're tackling a question that's probably bouncing around in your head. How do you make your marketing dollars work smarter, not just harder? Specifically, we're looking at how artificial intelligence is completely, changing the game, especially when it comes to connecting what people think about your brand with actual sales results.
That's right. For too long, it's felt like there's been this kind of tug of war, between building a name people recognize and trust.
Yeah, the brand stuff.
And getting those immediate trackable sales, the performance side. But what AI is showing us, plain and simple, is that those two things aren't enemies. They're actually like best buddies.
Absolutely. And you are an amazing listener. Send over some killer resources, stuff from Harvard Business Review, a report called The Awareness Advantage, and some great insights from MailChimp, too.
Good stuff there.
Totally. And the headline across all of it is this: AI looked at brand building and performance marketing not as separate budgets, but as pieces of the same growth puzzle. So our mission today is to kind of crack that AI code and see how you can apply it to your own strategy.
And it's a fundamental shift, really. AI just being driven purely by data, it cuts through a lot of the gut feelings and maybe traditional marketing debates.
Right.
It just looks at what the numbers say works best. Simple as that.
Okay, before we properly dive in, a quick heads up about our sponsor, My BFF Social. If you're looking to level up your marketing and advertising game, they're definitely the folks to talk to. You can find them at www.mybffsocial.com.
Great resource.
Okay, so let's get into this holistic view that AI takes. What does that actually mean in practice?
Well, at its core, AI sees brand marketing and performance marketing as working together, complementary strategies.
Okay.
Think of it like this. Brand marketing is building the relationship. It's about creating that emotional connection, right? Making sure people know you exist, what you stand for.
Warm and fuzzies.
Sort of, yeah. And ultimately building that long-term loyalty. That Harvard Business Review piece really hammers this foundational aspect home.
Got it. So it's like planting the seeds, building the soil health.
Exactly.
And performance marketing then is the immediate action, the clicks, the signups, the actual purchases, right? That's the harvest.
Precisely. Performance marketing is all about those short-term measurable outcomes. And AI is incredibly good at crunching this data, your click-through rates, your cost per acquisition, your ROAS.
All the acronyms.
All the acronyms, and tweaking campaigns in real time based on that. MailChimp's insights really touch on this direct response engine. But here's where AI kind of flips the script.
Correct.
It doesn't see these as isolated efforts.
Nope, they're linked up. So how much does AI actually value the whole brand building side? Because, sometimes it feels like the focus is all on immediate conversions these days.
That's a really valid point, and it's easy to think that way. But AI understands that brand marketing is, non-negotiable. It's fundamental. It's about forging that recognizable identity, that gut-level connection with your audience. AI actually sees something called brand equity. That's the value, the positive perception your brand holds.
In people's minds.
Exactly. In the minds of consumers as a major engine for growth. It leads to customers sticking with you, the ability to maybe charge a bit more, a premium price.
And stand out.
And really standing out from the competition, yeah.
So AI is actually looking at things like how often people are searching specifically for your brand name, or what they're saying about you on social media, that kind of long-term buzz.
Precisely. AI tools can analyze brand awareness metrics, sentiment analysis from social listening, these ongoing engagement metrics, to get a real pulse on your brand's health. It's not just about today's sales figures. It's about the overall strength and how people feel about your brand over the long haul.
Right. So building that brand muscle is key for long-term business health. Resilience.
Spot on.
But AI is still a machine driven by logic and data, so it must be all about those hard, fast numbers for performance marketing too, yeah. Got to deliver the immediate ROI.
Oh, of course, absolutely. AI definitely prioritizes performance marketing because it delivers that immediate quantifiable return, that it's bread and butter in some ways.
Right. Yeah.
Its algorithms can sift through, millions of data points, every click, every impression, every conversion path to identify patterns maybe human analysts might miss. And it dynamically adjusts ad placements, bidding strategies, you name it, in milliseconds to maximize those key performance indicators, CPA, CTR, ROAS.
And like having a super-powered, always-on data brain just constantly optimizing your campaigns.
That's a great way to put it. But the real power play, the kicker, according to AI, comes when you connect these two worlds.
Okay.
And that's where that awareness advantage report you mentioned really drops some knowledge bombs.
Yes. Lay it on us. What's the key insight there? This sounded really interesting.
Well, what's fascinating, truly fascinating, is that the report shows pretty clearly that brands with higher awareness, which is the payoff from effective brand marketing, right?
That's people knowing who you are.
Yeah, those brands actually see significantly better results from their performance marketing efforts.
How much better?
We're talking about up to 2.86 times better conversion rates.
Whoa, hold on a second. Almost 3 times the conversions just
Yeah.
because people recognize your brand. That's huge.
It is huge.
So putting in the work, the budget, the effort to build your brand actually directly supercharges your sales efforts. That's a massive aha moment right there.
It really is. And this is where AI really shines because it connects those dots quantitatively. It shows us that a strong brand acts like a lubricant or a rocket booster for your performance marketing.
Okay.
People are just fundamentally more likely to click, to engage, and ultimately to buy from a brand they already know and crucially trust. That makes total sense when you think about it from a human perspective, too. And AI can even help you figure out how to split your marketing budget between these two areas, because that's always a tough question.
Absolutely. That's one of the really practical applications. AI models can analyze your current brand strength using those metrics we talked about.
Sentiment, awareness.
Exactly. And how your different campaigns are performing and even what's happening in the broader market, competitor activity. And based on all that, it can suggest how to allocate your budget dynamically. It's not a set it and forget it ratio. It adapts based on the ongoing data stream.
Dynamic allocation. Okay. That's pretty cool. So, okay, we get that AI sees the power of this combo. What are some actual steps, like best practices, that businesses listening right now can take based on what AI is telling us?
Right. Let's make it practical. There are several key areas AI highlights. First, and this is fundamental, set clear, complementary objectives.
You need to define distinct goals for your brand marketing. Maybe it's boosting overall awareness in a new market by X%, or fostering stronger customer loyalty, measured maybe by repeat purchase rate.
Specific brand goals.
Yes. And then have equally clear specific goals for your performance marketing, like generating a certain number of qualified leads, or hitting specific sales targets or ROAS levels.
Got it.
AI can then help you track progress on both sets of goals and make sure they're actually working together towards the same overall business growth, not pulling in different directions.
So it's not just saying vaguely, we want more customers, but really thinking about how brand building plays a specific, measurable role in getting us there alongside the direct sales efforts.
Exactly right. Second, leverage AI-powered analytics for a whole picture, a holistic view. Meaning, don't just fixate on those surface-level metrics like clicks or impressions. Use AI tools to dig into both the qualitative side, like we said, what people are saying about your brand online, their overall sentiment.
The feeling.
Yeah, the feeling. And the hard quantitative numbers like conversion rates, customer lifetime value, and, crucially, tracking changes in that brand equity we talked about. This gives you a much more complete understanding of what's actually driving success.
So AI can analyze, like social media comments and reviews?
Oh, yeah. Natural language processing is key here. AI can analyze thousands of social media posts, reviews, support tickets, whatever, categorizing the overall feeling towards your brand, positive, negative, neutral, and even identify recurring themes. It provides a quantifiable measure of brand perception that wasn't really possible at scale before.
Okay, that's powerful. Seeing the whole story, not just the immediate click.
Precisely. Third, allocate your budget smartly based on what the data tells you. Use those AI insights.
The dynamic allocation thing.
Exactly. AI can suggest initial splits. Maybe it starts around 60% for performance, 40% for brand, but that's just a general idea. It will vary hugely depending on your industry, your maturity, your goals.
Right, not one size fits all.
Definitely not. And then the key is to let AI continuously adjust those allocations as you get more data on how your brand awareness is shifting and how your different campaigns are actually performing against their goals. It's about being flexible and letting the data guide your spending for maximum impact, both short and long term.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're not locked into old assumptions or like last year's budget plan. You can shift resources to where they'll have the biggest impact now.
That's the goal. Fourth, and this is important for consistency, make sure your brand's voice and identity are consistent across everything you do.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Whether it's a big, splashy brand awareness campaign on TV or YouTube, or a really targeted Google search ad trying to get someone to buy right now, your tone, your values, your core message, your visual identity, it should always come through clearly. AI-powered content optimization tools can actually help here. They can analyze your performance ad copy, for instance, and suggest tweaks to make it more effective while ensuring it still aligns with your established brand voice.
Oh, interesting. So it helps keep things on brand even when you're focused on conversion.
Exactly. So you're reinforcing those emotional connections and that brand recognition even when you're explicitly asking for the sale.
Yeah.
It avoids that jarring feeling.
Right. So your sales ads don't feel like they're coming from a completely different company than your social media presence or your website's About Us page. It all feels connected.
Absolutely critical for building trust. And finally, number 5. Get your brand and performance marketing teams talking to each other, ideally using AI as the translator or common ground.
Break down the silos.
Yes, break down those traditional internal silos. Use AI-powered project management platforms, shared dashboards, communication tools, whatever works to align both teams around those shared complementary goals we talked about at the start. This ensures your campaigns are cohesive, you're not duplicating effort or sending conflicting messages. And maybe most importantly, those valuable real-time insights from your performance data can actually flow back to inform your overall brand strategy and messaging. It becomes a virtuous cycle.
It's about using AI not just for execution, but as the common language, the shared playbook, so everyone's working together effectively.
Exactly. You got it.
Wow. Okay. So let's try and boil this down. What's the absolute bottom line for you listening right now? It really seems like AI is showing us, with data, that it's not a choice between brand and performance marketing.
No, definitely not a choice.
It's about recognizing and maybe even quantifying how a strong brand actually makes your performance marketing way, way more effective, like that 2.86x number.
That's the absolute key takeaway. The data doesn't lie. Investing consistently in building your brand isn't just some vague feel-good exercise. It directly fuels better performance results and contributes to long-term sustainable growth for your business. AI just makes that connection undeniable.
Yeah. And this leads to a crucial question for you to really think about after this. How are you currently balancing these efforts? Are you maybe leaning too heavily on short-term performance metrics? Or maybe investing in brand without clearly connecting it to results?
Good questions to ask.
And maybe more importantly, how could you start exploring some of these AI-powered tools and approaches to help you build a more integrated, more synergistic, and ultimately much more powerful marketing strategy?
It's really about moving beyond just guessing or relying solely on past experience, and instead using these incredibly powerful data-driven insights to build a marketing approach that's both effective right now and creates lasting value for your business down the road.
Absolutely spot on. Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us today. It was super insightful.
My pleasure. Great topic.
And a final big shout out to our sponsor, My BFF Social. Seriously, if you're looking to really dial in your marketing and advertising, maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed by all this AI talk, and you want some expert help putting these kinds of integrated strategies into action, they are definitely the folks to connect with.
Yeah, they can help navigate this.
For sure. Head over to www.mybffsocial.com. That's mybffsocial.com. They can help you navigate this whole evolving landscape and make sure your marketing is working as smart as it possibly can.
Worth checking out.
Definitely. Okay, we'll catch you next time for another deep dive.